Wordfast have devised methods to handle with translation memory files or translation files. I'm gonna start with how to invert a translation memory language pair. For the previous videos, we have been almost on the TXML editor perspective. Now we're gonna move to this one, which is the translation memory administration perspective. Click on this icon and you will find your translation memory listed here. You can connect it and see the content within, and even search for it in the source or target or both. So URL stands for uniform or universal resource locator, and it is just like facebook.com or transparency.org. But here it just means the path of your translation memory on your hard disk drive. And VAR stands for version. This is the version of your translation memory, and SRC stands for the source language, which is English United States, and the target, which is Arabic Arab Emirates. So in order to invert the language pairs, so the source becomes the Arabic and the target becomes the English one, right click on the translation memory and invert languages. You can change the language local if it's strong, so for example from Arabic Emirates to Arabic Yemen, or change the language totally, so Armenian for example. So right click on it and invert languages. Browse to the location where you want to save it and give it a name. Click on save, and you see the source is now the Arabic language and the target is now the English one, and it is saved on the desktop. The TXT file is also a very familiar format for translation memory exchange, and many CAD tools can handle a TXT file. But if you're not comfortable with it, you can convert it to a TMX file. From the let's go back to the TXML editor and click on translation memory, and you will find your inverted translation memory listed here, and you can export it to a TMX file as you have seen in the previous video. Now, in order to merge this translation memory with another one, click on the TM content from, don't forget that it is from the TM administration perspective. Click on the TM content list and then choose merge TM. Choose the another TM, and your options is whether to override the existing translation units, because sometimes there are conflict translation units, or keep both, or whatever. So I'm gonna keep existing translation units and click on OK. The time depends on the size of your both of your translation memories, and it says 820 translation units merged with packed.txt. Now, if you want to invert your file, perhaps the language pair is vice versa, and you want to swap the language pairs, go to the BM perspective. I think BM stands for project manager. Anyhow, and yeah, swap source and target. Click on this icon to add a new file, or you can add a new add a whole folder, and browse to its location and choose it. Click on OK. Click on open, sorry, and swap source and target. Then close. You will see that there is a file newly created with a swapped slug. If you open it, you will find, back to the TXML editor, you will find the language pairs are vice versa. Yeah. So now the source is Arabic and the target is English. This is the text is aligned from right to left and not vice versa, because Arabic is a right to left language. And beware, that that whenever you're gonna you're gonna open a file that is which the source language is English, you have to open a project where the source language is English, so you have the text is aligned correctly. Yes, now the English is now the source language, while the Arabic is the target. Now, if you want to split, perhaps that you have a big TXM file and you want to share it with some colleagues, and in this case you have to split it. Move to again to the TM administration perspective, to the BM perspective, and then split and merge. Click on this icon and then choose your file. And here is the scenario split options. You can split after whatever, any number of translation units, or split to 2 bars or 3 bars, or split after how many words. So in this case we have 41 translation units. So let's split it to 2 halves. So split after 20 translation units. Click on split TXML, click on OK, and you will find it. Yes, one because we have 41 segments, one is 20 segments and the other is 20 segments, and then you can merge them together. Select them, and then click on merge TXML.